Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hemostemix, Channel, a phase 3 clinical stage biotechnology company focused on developing and commercializing a proprietary stem cell therapy to treat diseases caused by restricted blood flow. Joining us to take us through some milestone expectations, a bit of a private placement deal, and some upcoming publications. We've got Thomas, the president and CEO. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure to get you on. So we'll first and foremost talk about the private placement side of it. You recently just closed 320,000. Maybe give us an idea of this private placement and what it's going to do for the company.
So the private placement, as you know, with very difficult markets in the risk capital markets at the moment. So quite proud that we were able to close 320 on top of the closing in July. And what we're doing is we're using the proceeds to restart production. The company produced originally in Israel, where we produced 498 treatment batches and treated some 498 subjects. And that's really the basis of our data, including, phase 1, phase 2 clinical trials, and demonstrating 3 times in a row, actually, an improvement in the heart's ability to pump blood, known as the ejection fraction. So the use of proceeds here is to restart production.
Now, you have a study that's expected for publication. Do you want to talk about that study and again expand on this a bit?
Yeah, so we previously announced the results of a retrospective study of ischemic cardiomyopathy. So this is what you and I normally refer to as hardening of the arteries. And as I just mentioned, the first study was done by the former. He was the former founding member of the Bangkok and Minnesota Heart Institutes, Dr. Kit Aram. He did a 41-patient trial and demonstrated that ACP improved heart function as measured by ejection fraction. That was followed by a 106-patient trial that looked at the sickest of the sick, end-stage heart failure, who had exhausted all, surgical, medical, pharmaceutical options. And in this patient population, we demonstrated again a reversal of heart disease as measured by improvement in ejection fraction. And the number that came out of both studies was about a 25% improvement in the heart's ability to pump blood on a percent basis. And then while we were doing the phase 2 trial, I commissioned a retrospective study looking at 74 consecutive patients who were treated for cardiomyopathy. And we again, what's interesting about this study, Kyle, is that it details the same statistical outcome, in that we're getting a 25 to 27% improvement in the heart's ability to pump blood following treatment with ACP. And so that study is being accepted for publication, and that's in a major journal that should have some impact on valuation.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the insight. And just to kind of finish up, because when we come back, I want to explore these studies a bit further. But from a milestone expectation, what's one thing you're most paying attention to in the latter half of this year?
Is to get the contract finalized and the financing together to restart production.
All right. Well, on that note, I definitely appreciate everything we discussed, and I hope the viewers have as well, because we'd love to know what you think in that comment section below, and definitely consider subscribing, because as news catalysts and all this come into play, of course, we're going to bring it to you here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.